Yes. So, as I was saying before I bring on board Coach Emmanuel this evening, um, I think the first class where Coach Fifi was teaching on personal branding, she talked about social presence, if I'm correct, for those of you that I remember, right? And LinkedIn is one place whereby a lot of things happen there, a lot of amazing stuff, right? I mean, amazing stuff happen there. And it's basically for those that know how to maximize the opportunity there. Sorry for the background noise. So this evening we're going to be diving into LinkedIn as a core skill. Well, not really, yeah, a skill, right? And that you need to learn about, and not just learn about LinkedIn alone, but how do you search for jobs, get jobs on those platforms, and that's why we have a very remarkable coach tonight that I believe his worth of experience on LinkedIn is something that's going to be very helpful for every one of us, including me myself, because I'm also learning as well in the class, right? So yeah, so everybody join me to welcome. I used to say that Telegram needs to have a clapping sound like Discord. If you're on Discord, you can do clapping, ovation, and stuff like that. But I want you to join me to welcome on the call today's class, LinkedIn automation and job search, the person of Coach Ojo Emmanuel. I don't know if you have the mic, sir. You can just try to unmute, try to and you're now an admin. You can please try
Can
speaking.
Yeah, I can
Yes.
hear you.
Okay,
I
sir.
can hear you.
Okay. And you could also use the video now. You have access to. Let's see
Okay.
your answer. Should I your answer face?
For me, please.
Okay. While we are, um,
Yeah,
I
just
just quickly. Okay.
I think
All right.
just yeah, yeah. I think
Okay.
I'm right now. Yeah,
While
just
Coach Emmanuel is trying to set up, let me quickly read his bio. I didn't remember to get it from him personally, but I know I follow him on LinkedIn. I had to quickly go search for him and get his bio on LinkedIn. All right, so let me just quickly read Coach Emmanuel's bio so that you guys can meet our amazing coach this evening, so that you know that he's a resource person, right? And in fact, I should once again thank him for his time joining us even this evening. I know that he has a lot on his table and is also a busy man, right? But thank you so much for like creating time to be on this platform tonight and as well to also impact people. I want you to know that we are over 500 plus on this Telegram. On WhatsApp, we have a amazing amount of number there. I'm not sure I remember the figure there. This session alone, we have about 420 something people that registered for it. So every of the class are recorded. So that means to let you know that your class is definitely going to be reaching out to more people that are currently present to at this moment, right? So Coach Emmanuel is a WordPress developer, designer with 3 years of website development and user experience design. His passion as a WordPress developer and UI UX designer is driven by strong desire for impact, solutions, and value, creating interactive and visually appealing websites, translating client requirements into user-centric design solutions, employing a key eye for artistic and usability. Design isn't just about colors and patterns for him, it is the ability to use his creative uniqueness to bring solutions, value to products and how the world interacts with them. Right? And so that's like a quick. I don't want to go in deep now because he has a lot of tons of skills. Um, Figma, he's also into he has well I've learned from him, right? Because I've worked with him in a few times, right? He has proficiency in websites and also in um, UI UX, right? And aside that, at some point I've gleaned from him, like gotten insights from him. I don't want to go into the whole story, but I remember the time when I was working on the job when I still was we were still at the same office then. And I was trying to like ask him, how do you get this thing? How does it come about? So I'm very excited, and I know that tonight we're going to also gain from his wealth of insight and experience on job hunting and LinkedIn optimization. So once again, welcome, Coach Emmanuel.
Thank you, Mr. Israel. So
Thank
thank
you,
you.
sir.
Um, I want to, sorry, trying to, yeah, okay, yeah, thank you, Mr. Israel. All right, I want to
Thank you,
welcome
sir. So good
everybody
to see
here
your face.
to today's LinkedIn. So please, firstly, can you hear me? Is my voice audible? Um, yeah, is my voice audible, please? Can you hear me?
Yes, 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 yes. I can hear you.
Oh, all right, thank you. So yeah, I'm not going to take much of your time. So I think someone wants to speak or something. I'm not going to take much of your time, and I'm just going to talk briefly in the next 30 minutes, yes, and then so that probably for room for questions, probably for about 10, 15 minutes, depending if studies will have the bandwidth for that or if they can allow me. So firstly, I want to say I appreciate God for this opportunity and I want to appreciate my dear brother, Mr. Israel. Yeah, I think I've known him for about 2 years now. Yeah, and he gets in 2024. So at Lob, so while working with Mr. Tommy Light as as an executive assistant, I would say. So I wasn't even learning designing there. I remember because I was just there and then I was just observing and making use of what he does and what he learns and all of that. One of the things that I respect so much on him is that he's one of the person that's really helped me even to give my eyes for color. Before transiting into being a designer, all of that. Firstly, I started with WordPress, and so I want to say majorly, I think I'm not doing WordPress like that anymore because majorly my focus now is majorly UI UX and Figma. I'm majorly focusing on Figma and I say Figma, Figma and UI UX. So because I started with WordPress development, even I was working with a company at one point. So as as a WordPress developer, but that's just by the way. So I was just going to introduce myself briefly. My name is Emmanuel, and so majorly I'm a WordPress, I'm a UI designer, firmware developer. I'm not going to put WordPress to my skills because I think the last time I did a WordPress gig should be about um um I still did a WordPress gig this year, but it's not majorly WordPress development because people get to don't understand the difference between a WordPress designer and a WordPress developer. If you're a WordPress developer, there are some certain questions I'm going to ask you. If you are not, you cannot answer them. Forget about. If you don't know about PHP, don't call yourself a WordPress developer, please. Just leave here. You cannot customize theme. Don't call yourself a WordPress developer, please. You say you are a WordPress designer, just say you know how to use theme. And you be the way, yeah, I say WordPress. But you say you're a WordPress developer. You know what you are trying to say? You are trying to say you can modify, you can create a custom approach for a certain plugin. If a plugin does not have a feature you want to use it, but you can customize it and create. That's mean
That's true.
yes, you're a WordPress developer. That is what you are trying to say. You are not trying to say that you just carry team and then you say tell the clients I'm done. No, you can able to customize. You can able to debug. You can able to do many things. You can able to run API. yes, on the back end of a WordPress site, and then there's no issue. So that is means a WordPress developer, and it means you truly are a WordPress developer. But if you're a WordPress designer, call yourself a WordPress designer. It is good, but it's not the best, because I don't think if you are going into WordPress, for me, I don't think you should stay in designing. You should be a developer, because people don't hire WordPress designer; they hire developer. So that is just the better truth. So that's just the better truth I will tell you. They don't hire WordPress designer, they hire WordPress developer. So who wants to be everybody? I can practically show a 10 years old guy how to set up a local host using XAMPP with WordPress, and just tell him, yeah, install it, and he will find his way, drag and drop. So, but when it comes to WordPress development, you are not doing drag and drop here. You are can you, if I ask someone here, can you create a website using ACF Pro plugin? Can you build blogs? Can you use all of those things are WordPress development? So, like I said, I won't call myself that, because a gig I did this year was just a WordPress designer. So I didn't go into development at all. I just told the client wants something simple. I say, yeah, you can get this thing, and I'll just do the layout the way you want it. So I'm a UI designer, a Figma developer. UI I use Figma, and I'm a Figma developer. I also have experience in Shopify. I'm a Shopify designer, not a Shopify developer, because I don't know about Shopify Liquid. So Shopify user. So I've designed two projects on Shopify. Yes, which I can show you. They are live. So one is Park LT Group, and is a landscaping website, and another one is Kasaji. That's a Kasaji store, the jewelry store. So that's for Shopify. So I've done a lot of projects, a little, not much like that on Figma. And I think I've done one on Framer. So because I started Framer last year, ventured into Framer last year. So when we talk about, and also I'm a married man, yeah, happily married to a beautiful woman. I got married last year. So, and when we talk about LinkedIn optimization, when we talk about LinkedIn optimization, please give me some comments. Yeah, sorry, please, are we all here? I don't know if I can get a feedback. So I'll just not be speaking to myself. I don't know if I can. I'm sorry, please. Are we all here? Or probably if you can react. I don't know if Telegram has that feature. So,
Yeah.
okay, can anybody hear me, please?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes,
Okay,
thanks.
yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right, so when we talk about LinkedIn optimization job search, I started start using LinkedIn effectively around 2023. Yes, I started using LinkedIn effectively 2023. I have a LinkedIn account already as of 2021 now, if I'm right. But I started using it effectively 2023. So that is why I use the word effectively, because I started using LinkedIn effectively 2023. So why did I just started using LinkedIn effectively 2020? Was because one day around 2023, late 2023, around that September, I just was going through my LinkedIn, and I saw people sharing testimonies, job, all of that, everything. And I was like, wow, what is going on here? And then I was like, so, sometimes there are some things that you see and you feel like, is it real? I begin to look, I begin to ask myself, wow, people are sharing testimony, people are sharing their progress, people are sharing what they are they are they're experiencing. Though, let me put also a caution. LinkedIn also, as much as LinkedIn is interesting, some people are not who they are on LinkedIn, to be sincere. Yes, I've met some people whereby they don't like LinkedIn. They said fake life is much on LinkedIn. Yes, people will say fake life. That people post. Imagine someone should be posting a job, probably a gig of 2 years ago, and you're not posting that I just received a gig, so that you not see the data and all of that, just to make sure that probably is not going, she or she is not going to depression because other people are getting jobs. So though there are real things happening out there. There are videos happening out there. People are getting jobs. People are getting hired to business. People are making progress. So that struck my heart, and I was like, if these people are here, they don't have to it. So, and I decided to take up. I told myself, I said, I just want to even know how this LinkedIn works. And then what I did is, firstly, I went to go and check people's accounts, people profile, all of that and everything. And one thing I used then is that I prompt my AI. I use ChatGPT. I told ChatGPT, I am so. I am new to LinkedIn. I have an account, but I'm not effectively using my LinkedIn. So for someone that is listening to me, may probably just want to write this step or probably take it down. So I don't effectively use LinkedIn, and this is my skill. What um and this is my headline, this is what I have. How can you help me to optimize my LinkedIn with understanding? So like now, because people say that AI will take people job. What me I believe is that AI is not going to take anybody job. It's women that know how to use AI better, that will last long. That is it. So that is just the best, because AI does not work on its own. It needs a prompting. And who are going to prompt the AI is woman. So if you have a knowledge base of what you want to achieve, you can make use of the best of AI, and people will not even know that you use AI. Seriously, people will not know. I've built a website. I I've built a website with AI, and if I share with someone, until maybe until I buy a domain. If I buy a domain to it, probably you will not know that it's AI I use. But if I share with you, probably because I use lovable AI to build websites, to search for inspiration, to create what I'm looking for and to enhance it on my Figma. Do you understand? That is how me I use AI. So thank God for AI, and thank God for the advantage of it. Though even though it has its disadvantage, but we thank God for the advantage of it also. So so because it has, so I told myself, Emmanuel, you can do this. And I told the AI, so help me understanding LinkedIn algorithm. Help me to optimize my headline and my profile description. What are the major certificates I should put because of my skills and all of that? And LinkedIn gave, and AI ChatGPT gave me a good headline. Then I don't even know how to use ChatGPT, prompt ChatGPT well, but with the little understanding I just used that, and I did my LinkedIn. And what I did is I began to do my LinkedIn. I begin to optimize. No, but I didn't bought a optimization course, to be sincere. Well, the only thing I noticed is that I just saw people profile, and I was doing that which I saw. So I was doing that which I saw actually. I was doing that, and I was also with my human knowledge and people that in my search feed, because I was like, okay, I'm a UI UX designer, and because the reason why I started was because as at 2023, that is when I fully venture into UI UX, because I was doing WordPress before, and the reason why I leave WordPress was because as a WordPress designer, you have to be a developer. So I didn't have the bandwidth to say I want to learn coding, because I know about HTML and HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, but I didn't want. I was like, okay, let me just UI UX, and then I started. It was just one post I saw on UI UX. And I want to tell you guys, in anything that you want to do, please pray about it, because my UI UX wasn't just something I decided. I can practically tell you that I pray about this thing, and then I just one day I told my pastor, I said I'm going into UI UX. I said that is what I feel, and then being that, and I started. So I leave WordPress. Even though still have basis of knowledge of WordPress, I still even work with WordPress developer as a UI UX designer, because the company I'm working with in US right now, so majorly our site is built on WordPress. So we designed firstly on Figma, and they implement on WordPress. So do you understand? So they implement on WordPress. So which means that I still work with WordPress developer. And the reason why it's even easier for me is because I know some terminologies and all of that. So if a developer wants to tell me, oh, this will take 15 hours, I'll tell you no. Because I know this shouldn't take more than, there's some things I do on WordPress for my company. Like, okay, if a client wants to change, add a video, add an embed, what to do, a testimony short, all the short code, they are easy. You can even, a ChatGPT can even give you, even you want to know the proper plugin, give you an embedded code shortcut, and you use it, you are good. So I do all of those things easily. But the major backend issue like PHP, you have to go back. I don't do them because I don't know about them. So I don't know about them majorly. So that is so I decided to leave WordPress and I venture into UI UX. I started UI UX and then 2023 majorly. I'm 3 years plus. That'll be probably as of September. That'll be like maybe 4 years in UI UX. So that'll be 4 years in UI UX. No, 3 years plus already in UI UX. So I started UI UX and I was telling myself that I'll also make my money from LinkedIn. So the my major goal was to make money. That was my drive. Yes, to be sincere, it was not to really. My major goal on LinkedIn was to make money and to get job. And when I search for job, when people look at my profile, they see the right thing. They see someone that they can trust and that can give them their service. So I took up the LinkedIn, like I said, with all those prompting that GPT gave me. And one thing I did again is that I study how people post on LinkedIn. I just don't post anyhow. How did I study that? One day I posted one of my design on LinkedIn. And do you know that um for about for within 18 hours, I was able to get someone that just posted on LinkedIn for I was able to get 18 likes and I was able to get like 6 comments. And I just started UI UX. So I was curious because I posted another one the next day. You know, when you see that kind of thing, you are gingered or probably you are motivated to post again. So I posted another one next week, the following day rather, not next week, the following day. But to my surprise, I got 4 likes and there was no comment for about 4 days. I was checking my lead. So within 4 days, that was 4 likes. But the other one, like I said, the first one, within 18 hours, 20 hours, I got 15 likes and there was 5 comments, right? So you ask yourself, what was missing? Was it the content? Was it the how you posted, or was it the words that you use, or was it the keyword that you use? What were the things that intro people to engage your post? So do you know what thing that I found interesting is that it's not just only what the content that you post on LinkedIn. So I'm already starting LinkedIn optimization. I think one thing I'll start with, like I said, have a good headline. You have your pen and jotter, so that I was just going to give you points what I did, and I'm still learning actually. Like I said, I didn't get any course on LinkedIn optimization. I didn't have a coach, to be sincere. I didn't. And I want to tell you that from this same LinkedIn optimization and job search I've done, the company I'm working with as a one, I'm currently working as a project manager because I started with UI UX and then I was promoted to a project manager whereby I work with designer directly and developers. So I was working as a project manager. Is a US company. I didn't apply for the job. They reached out to me. The CEO himself reached out to me personally on my LinkedIn. The second one I'm working with is a Canadian company that's on contract as a framework developer and a Shopify designer. So the person also reached out to me through my mail, but was through my LinkedIn. So the person got my mail from my LinkedIn and messaged me. I thought it was even a scam. And the company is a Canadian company. Like I said, it's a contract. So it's job contract based. So when there's job I work, but I still work with them when wherever they have a contract, we have a job to work on. But all of these things happen in space of 2 years. I started LinkedIn 2023. My first job came December 2024. Um, my second job came um February 2025. That was last year. And all of this was through LinkedIn. All the job I've got was through LinkedIn. Even a gig I received directly as my first year US designer as in 2024 was through LinkedIn. And the person was in US actually. And I just created the e-commerce website. Though the person is in Nigeria though, but it was from through LinkedIn. And I give the person price. The person paid good money for the first 7 months of my UI UX. I was able to have my first gig as a UI UX designer. And the person, I think my first gig as a UI UX designer, the person paid 300,000. But yeah, if I want to charge that now, I'm not going to collect that kind of money because that was my first time as a UI UX, and that's for 7 months. As 7 months learning UI UX, I collected 300,000. And what did I do? I was the one that designed the whole design system. I was the one that bring about it. I do the design system and I designed the website both on both on app and tablet. So it's a website, it's a full website I did. So I collected 300,000. I'm sure that some of you probably were UI designer now. You someone want to do a full website and you want to design and all of that. You do design system, both um across a full-fledged website. You are not going to collect that kind of money. But I was new then, and I was skeptical about calling the price, but I was I just called that price, and then the person even agreed. So what was the difference between the first post and the second post I did? Different what I found out was that it was the time I posted those stuff. You are shocked, right? Some people here feel like bound the time shape for more engaging posts. But that's one thing I found on LinkedIn. If you're in Nigeria, if you want to post on LinkedIn, I studied this from when people post and how people also receive engagement on their posts. And I've seen it works for me. I can only say what works for me. And if it works for me for about many times, I'm sure it's going to work for you definitely because it's something I've studied. Because I study it to the extent that when I post this time and I post another time and I want to see, okay, let me compare. I see the difference. Oh, this is not having more engagement, so people are not seeing this. And one thing I want to say is like I said, firstly is what have a good headline, have a good profile description, and also please on LinkedIn, don't do many things. You are not many things. You are not a bricklayer, you are not hairdresser, you are not a plumber. You are not a bricklayer, you're not an hairdresser, you are not a what? A plumber. Nobody will patronize your product like that. Nobody. Imagine you put your name, a plumber, a hairdresser, and they feel like they are confused. They feel like they don't even look at the LinkedIn and they're like, this person is a confused man, is a confused woman. Because what is that thing that you are good at? Like now, like I said, I drop WordPress. So if you go to my LinkedIn now, it's because I've not changed my profile description. That's why you even see WordPress there. But now it is product design, UI UX, and framework developer. Those are the two things I do majorly, UI UX. And how because one they are intertwined. A client that is looking for a Figma designer also can patronize my service, whereby I can tell the clients I will help you to design, I can also help you to develop your website on Figma. It will be live. The only thing you need to get is domain. You don't need to get any developer that will code. Oh, no. I can build a website, I can design a website on Figma and bring it to Framer where it is live across board with any interaction you want to have it to, any animation or interaction you want the website to have. Do you understand? So if someone comes like that, they are under it really makes sense. This guy is not confused. He's a product designer, he's a UI UX designer. Yes, he design products, he design interface for users, and then he's a framer developer. That is it. Do you understand? So you don't want to confuse your clients or your recruiters about what you do. You are not today, you are not a hairdresser. Next week, you are not a fashion designer. No, you should stick to one thing, and that one thing should be something that you can defend with all of your hearts. If you come to me by UI UX, a framer, I can defend it 100%. I have portfolio. I have my Behance portfolio I can share with you. I have my portfolio for framer. There's one I'm doing currently, even and my system is opening. There's a framer work I'm doing currently to add to my portfolio. I'm doing it now. So I have it. I have it. So I can tell you how this thing comes to play. I can tell you what I did. So I'm not trying to if someone recruiter reach out to me and is asking me what do you understand by Framer CMS, I understand what he's trying to they want to fix a bug in Framer CMS. I know how to go about that. What is UI? I have portfolio for UI UX. I know what mobile first design approach means. You know all this UI US law, you know fifth law, you know all this X law. That is it. You know what the kind of testing that comes when you want to test your product. You know what portfolio means. You know what case study means rather. You know what usability test means. You know the ratio for a color usability test. You know the ratio that it should be. You know the number ratio. You know what you are saying. You are knowledgeable in your field, so you should pick that. If probably you imagine now, I'm a project manager, but if you go to my LinkedIn, you cannot see project manager on my headline. One reason be that is because I started a project manager job. I was, like I said, the company I started working with last year, I did UI UX for 3 months. After 3 months, I was taken to the project management my manager team, because they feel that having a UI UX design experience, I can manage a designer and a developer. And the reason being that is because I told them during my interview that I have a little understanding in WordPress, which, because I know the company make me what usually use WordPress for their websites. I've studied them before I went for my interview, so that give me a leverage whereby I'm a project manager. But you cannot see it on my LinkedIn headline, because one, I just start, this is just 1 year. I'm just 1 year old in my project management skills. So someone that is 5 years has more experience than me. I'm just 1 year here. Do you understand? And within this 1 year, I've able to complete about 6 projects. I just completed one last 2 weeks, which the client has said the deal, and then we continue with us next year, because the deal is closed for this year, and the client was really happy. And I was wondering what I was the main primary project manager for that project. There's one I'm currently working on. So I shouldn't put that on my LinkedIn headline, because now you're a project manager. You feel like, no, I don't know more. As much as I know what I'm doing in this project management field, I know a little, but I'm not really grounded, because it cannot be compared to the experience I have in UI UX. I have 1 year in project management. I have 3 years plus in UI UX. By next year to be 4 years. So which one is my strength? UI UX and Framer is my strength. I can. So if someone comes to me, like now, I just started taking project management course on Udemy. Now I want to take my PMP certificate by God's grace next year. PMP certificate in PMI Institute, to be a certified project manager. So all of those things, before I can come boldly, I can say that I'm a project manager, then I have to have those certificates. I understand all of those things. If someone here that is a project manager asks me some terms in project management, I may not know, because there are terms they use in project management. Do you know what agile means? Do you know what Scrum means? Do you know what regression means? Do you know what it means to have a project script? Do you know what, when they mean that when they say that a project what is in creep? Oh, this is a project creep, or this is a scope creep. Do you know what it means? I'm just learning all of that. So I should not put myself out there that, oh, I'm a project manager because I just do 6 months. I'm just 6 months. But no. It doesn't work that way. And that's why people see you as a confused person, because you are UI UX, you are a framework developer, you are a project manager. How does it work? No, it doesn't work. But rather, you can showcase that when you have interview. Like now, if I have an interview, like this week now, I had an interview pertaining to web design and UI UX design. And I added to the interview that one of the things that you should hire me is because, one, also I have a basic knowledge what in project management, whereby I've served as a project manager, whereby to manage projects across within developer and designer. But my first strength is my major design skills and framework development that I have. It's not majorly project. So please, you are not virtual assistants, and then you are adding, I'm a virtual assistant, I'm a data analyst, please choose one. Which one is your strength? I'm a virtual assistant, I'm a data analyst, I'm a brand designer. No, it doesn't work like that way. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. LinkedIn algorithm is confused. You are confusing LinkedIn algorithm that which one are you doing? It will go. If you are a son of God, you are a son of God. So the same also Jesus say, see, you cannot stay with what on the fence. If you want to be for the devil, be for the devil. If you want to be for me, be for me. So you don't need to say no, you don't need to take many things. Don't need to take many things. So that is one thing you must clarify. The second thing also is have a good profile description that talks about what you do. And please highlight the tools that you use. Don't put a tools that you don't have knowledge about, because it's going to show up in your interview when they ask you, oh, we saw that in your LinkedIn wow, we saw that you had this you say you have this experience in this too, and they ask you a question and then you are dumbfounded. Then it means that you don't have integrity, because to the job word system, they cannot trust you because you don't have it, which means that you are going to add what is not yours. Like now, I told you bluntly before I start, I'm not doing WordPress. I'm not a WordPress developer. So if you come to me and say, oh, I'm a what, I'm not, I will tell you bluntly,
See, I have a basic knowledge when it comes to WordPress development. I have a basic knowledge. But when it comes to UI UX, no, I don't have a basic knowledge. It's not a basic knowledge because I have portfolio that can show for it. I have the website that what they are live currently. One of the websites I've built with team is what is Rejuvenate Health Academy. Is a website in what in UK. I have many websites both personally and the one I've worked with teams. So I can boldly tell you what we did on this and how I was able to achieve these results. I can tell you the roadmap. So that's the second thing. And also, I was talking about posting content. Post reasonable content and content that resonates with your skill. And content that resonates with job recruiters. Not you are not trying to post the content, trying to say that you know about this field. Like you are not posting a content to feel like probably as if you are bigger than John Bonte. Like they don't know that some content you post, people will not want to reach out. They feel like, oh, this person does not need a job because of the kind of content you post. No, post the content that will attract job recruiters. And like I said, I told you the third thing again is that LinkedIn algorithm work with time. Let me tell you, when you post a content on LinkedIn, this is how in Nigeria, there are LinkedIn algorithms that work with you in Nigeria. It's not the same for other country. In Nigeria, you post by 9 a.m. in the morning. Why? Reason be that because at that time people are just they are saying 9 a.m. Sorry, you post by 12 p.m. in the morning as in Nigeria. Do you understand? Or by 9 a.m. in the morning. You can post by 9 a.m., 12 p.m. Like I give that window designing what depending on your time, but 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. The reason be that people in Nigeria are seeing your content by 9 a.m. when they are going to work. They're on their phone before they get to their work, they can engage. People in US, they are 5 hours behind now. I think when the stuff change, probably by August or September, they will be 6 hours behind. The same also people in Canada because people in Canada are EST. People in US some also are EST. Some depending on where they are from. People in Philippines and Philippines, all those they are far way behind you. So India is ahead of you. So which means that when you post by 9, 5 India is 4 hours 30 minutes. How did I know? Because I work with India developers in my company. So they are 4 hours. So sometimes I wake up on my system by 5. From India's end, that's 9:30. So that I can share feedback and review on the project they are managing. I'm managing rather. I wake up by 5 a.m. So when you post, India sees your post, even you post by 9, by 1, they already see your post. By that 1, they're already on their lunch break. How did I know? Because I work with India developer and he told me the time for his lunch break. They're already on their lunch break. US people, when it's already 12, but they are already on their about preparing for work. That's 6 already on their end. By 1 a.m. they engage your content. Do you understand? By 1 p.m. rather, they engage your content. That's like 7 on their end. And before they get to work by 8 or 9, depending on their work schedule, they are already engaging your content. So you can see. And now UK people, we are at the same time right now. So they are also engaging your content the same time you are posting it. So you can see like 4 different countries are engaging your content that same morning. But by if you post by 5, nobody's going to engage your content. Why? Because by 5, the only person that we're going to engage your content is only Nigerian people. Maybe but by 5, they're already leaving their workspace and they're already pressing their phone in a traffic. But US will not, because by that 5, they're already in workspace. They don't have time to work to be pressing their phone. They're majorly on work. Indian, they're already on their close hour. UK people will engage probably by 5, or probably they may not engage because depending, some people maybe at that time they are trying to get something to do for their night or to cook dinner. So you can see like that you have to maximize those windows. And the reason why I said is because when I learned this, I saw the difference. One day I post a content by 10, I post another one by 2, and nothing happened. Nothing happened in one by 2. Do you know what I did? I waited about 1 hour or 24 hours, only one like. I delete the content and now repost it again the second morning. There was a difference, actually. Some people may prove me wrong. I feel like, oh, it's not depending on the time. But to me, I believe actually, because that is how I've seen it. I've posted a what I've posted the content on my LinkedIn page twice, the same content twice. I want to see the results. Like I did it once, the same time, and I did it again the same time, the same likes, the same likes. So that is it. So that is how to also position yourself out there. And when it comes to LinkedIn optimization and job search, before beyond applying to job, please post your what you do out there. See, one majorly LinkedIn attracts people that consistently show up. How did I get my job? Like I told you, the CEO of the job of the company I'm working with reach out to me. One, it was my profile, and there was at one time whereby my profile was really being viewed by people, and then I was not even verified. Yeah, one thing also, please verify your LinkedIn account. It's also a backlog, because if you are not verified, there are some things you don't have access to. It is also what limits the engagement you have on your content. Please verify it. You have your international passport or your NIN. Please verify it. So once you have that verified badge, it's also a good spot. You can do LinkedIn Premium if you want to. Me, I don't have a LinkedIn Premium because I don't have a system now that can be paying per month. To be sincere, I cannot be consistent with it because I'm a married man, definitely. So there are sometimes responsibilities, and I feel like I just want to do one or things out there. So, so please do all of those things. And when you're applying for a job again, please turn on your notification for the kind of job you want. And please don't apply for a job that when you read the description and they are asking you 5 years in MBA. Why are you applying when you don't have a 5 years in MBA? I don't understand though. Because some people will feel like I'm a Christian. In fact, in fact, I'm a pastor of a resident assembly in Ogumosho here. So for those that stay in Ogumosho, I'm a pastor of a resident assembly in Ogumosho here. So I'm a Christian. I'm a spiritual man. So, but what I'm trying to say is that you cannot see that, and even God from the throne will be looking at you that are you like you don't have an MBA 5 years and you just want to apply? Forget about it. Your application will not be considered. Forget about it. Do you understand? It's different from someone that has 3 years experience in MBA and can still apply, because when they see 3 years, at least they can still consider it. But you don't have experience at all and you are seeing and you want to apply. No, please don't waste your time. When you want to apply for LinkedIn job, when you see that 100 people have applied already, please leave. Don't waste your time. Please leave. 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 Major thing is that when you see 10 people, 20 people, you can still apply. But when you see 100, please leave. Leave it. And also, please check with the job description well before you apply. Check if you don't have things to position for the job or to be fit for the job, please don't apply. Don't apply. I beg of you, don't apply. Like when I mean fit, is that out of 10, your fitness is 2/10, please don't apply. If your fitness is 8/10, please apply. 7/10, please apply. 6/10, please apply, because there's nothing God cannot do. When I apply to jobs, after I'm done my applying, I pray over them. I speak in tongues over them. I'm both someone that's also a faith person, and I believe that there's nothing God cannot do. Like I said, this job the company I'm working with last year, I didn't apply for that job. But what happened is that it was God's favor, and because then, and this is what I do. Anytime I post on LinkedIn, before I post, I will pray on it. I say, Lord, any people that is engaging this post, they are compelled. That when they see this post, they are compelled. They see what they see things to reason with, because and you will begin to imagine that about the paper prayer as a more you are just obeying. That's how me I operate. I believe that's how me I operate. That is how me I operate. I operate like that. That's how me I operate. That is it. I operate like that. And please, because in all of these things that we are doing, if prayer is not involved, see, it's just going to be little effort. But if prayer is involved, it will be more than the effort you put in. You more than the effort you put in. You'll be more than the effort you put in. So I'm going to stop here for any question. Like I said, I'm just going to reiterate back reiterate back to things I've said. Firstly, know your niche. Stay in your niche. Don't try to do many things. Do you understand? Secondly, have a good headline that talks about your niche. Thirdly, have a good profile description that talks about who you are. Don't add what you are not. If you have a 3 years experience, don't say you have 10 years experience, please. Don't say you have 5 years experience. Don't say what you are not. There are many LinkedIn people out there. They are fake actually. Yes, people talk about LinkedIn, they are fake, but they are still real people. So, and also thirdly, like I'll give you the time that you can post. Someone here just try it for 1 week. That window time I've given you, and come back to me. You are going to see different. And make sure that your content is also is a reasonable content too. Not just because no, definitely it's going to be reasonable. Make it reasonable content, something that people can engage and people can comment on. And also lastly, apply to job that are specifically to your niche. Don't apply outside of your niche. You don't need it. Do you understand? You don't need it, please. And thirdly, and lastly, which also the first, and which will also be the last, they will be the first, will be the last thing that you also do is pray. Anything that you do, please pray. Pray very well. Pray. I'm an advocate of all that pray. My life here, me staying here in Ogbomoso has been by prayer. Has been by prayer. So, and it was still going to be by prayer in everything that I do. If the Lord told me to leave my job today, I'm going to leave. I'm sure that I'm sure that it's the Lord that's telling me. So in everything that you are doing, please let the Lord lead you, and also do your own part. You cannot be. Like I was giving an example to one of my church members today in church, that a couple cannot be praying for child and the husband decide not to meet with the wife. It's impossible. That is dead faith. You are trusting the Lord for a child, and your husband decide not to meet with you. No. Do you want to give birth to second Jesus? Things don't work like that. So the Bible says faith without work is dead. Pray to God, do your own part, because so that when the Lord open the door of favor, you're already prepared to meet that blessing. Not that you are praying and then there are door of favor and then you don't have anything to stand to fit into. Please do everything that is needed. I did my own part, and that is why the company was able to reach out to me. The CEO itself reached out to me. I didn't even know that it was the CEO of the company first. I thought probably it's the hiring manager. But when I got to the job, I get to understand that it's the CEO. And this is 1 year plus working with the company as a project manager. And I'm still going to do much more. So please do well. Make use of all of these things I've said. Follow them step by step. And please search for job. And also, majorly, when you are searching for job, search for job that fits your role and things that you want to achieve. Job that you really want. So please, and post. So, and one thing about LinkedIn is that if you are not consistent, there's no reward. If you are consistent, there's always reward, and people will surely from my LinkedIn. I've received a gig for my LinkedIn because I was keep on showing up on UI UX design, and someone reached out to me to collaborate on a project. Though it was not a big amount. I think that was my first gig on LinkedIn. It was 100,000 naira just to collaborate, and I did how many screens? I did 10 screens of the app. 10 screens. That is it. That's 10,000 per screen. That's what I told him. 10,000. So what I'm trying to say is that people up to now, some of my friends are always shocked the way I transit from I started LinkedIn, and before they know, within 1 year of my LinkedIn, people already know me in LinkedIn to some extent. Even there are some people that reach out to me, come and teach me UI UX. I'm fair enough. I'm just 1 year old in UI UX. So I've seen I've received about 3 messages that people reach out to me, and I've received 2 web design service directly on LinkedIn. LinkedIn has a section called service page where you can showcase your service page. I've received a message from 2 people, but one converts, the other one didn't convert, and it was a WordPress design 5-page. So you can see, and all of these things is because of my curiosity from the beginning. Do you understand? So please, I don't know if there's room for many questions. I'm sorry, I forgot to ask Mr. Israel, Coach Israel, about the time, but I just want to pour my heart, and I'm still learning actually. Like I said, I'm not, nobody is that, but with these little 3 years of engaging LinkedIn effectively, I can tell you that I've seen results and I'm still going to see results more. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you so much, Coach Emmanuel. Thank you so much, sir, for that wonderful time. Like, I'd personally, like, I've been taking notes, which I'm also dropping on the community, and I'm also learning from it, right? Because he has said a lot. Before I go into talking about them, if you have questions, you can please drop your question on the group. Yeah, or I'm going to create a session now on Discord, on Telegram here. Let me just do that first. Drop your questions here. So you can drop a question in this section here. Yeah, but once again, I want to honestly say that opportunities are actually out there. Most people don't just know how to get it right and properly harness it, right? And I'll be frank with you, LinkedIn has been one place whereby so many people have chunked a lot of job opportunity for. And in fact, the time I had not started getting job from LinkedIn, when I started getting job, I'm not sure, but I knew that Emmanuel was getting job from LinkedIn. And I'm like, I think that was a period where I started taking my LinkedIn serious, right? I really started taking my LinkedIn serious. And I've actually seen results, right? In fact, if you go check my LinkedIn now, I've gotten some recommendations on LinkedIn that it was training that I've worked with, and they wrote me some amazing recommendations that if somebody should check my profile now, they could just see. So there's been a lot of tips that they have shared today about LinkedIn. But what is most important for me is that you go and try it out yourself. Everybody listening to me on the call tonight, please don't just listen to this thing. Take actions, and that's what makes the difference. Take actions on what you are learning. If you don't take actions, it will just be head knowledge, right? And action is not hard. It's not hard. Just go on LinkedIn, create a profile, put your picture there. Have something there. Okay, somebody have a question. Is it compulsory you have a skill before joining LinkedIn? Okay, that's a question. I don't know, Coach Emmanuel, if you are there. Somebody says, is it compulsory to have a skill before joining LinkedIn? Or your mic is muted.
Is it on the page? Okay. I think, yeah, is it compulsory you have a skill before joining LinkedIn? All right. So I will answer this question, and then actually I will say it is not compulsory for you to have a skill before joining LinkedIn. But what is your reason why you are joining LinkedIn if you don't want to showcase your skill? What I'm trying to say is that you may not, probably when you at the verge of joining LinkedIn, you don't have a skill yet, but you can just sign up to be part of those people where they are observing the page. But I think at the end, how your LinkedIn will be useful is to have a skill. So the answer is still yes, because in the sense that you cannot join LinkedIn. Like I said, you can join LinkedIn to observe, but if you want to make use of what we are teaching here, then you have to have a skill, because we are talking about how to advertise your skill. And when you are talking about LinkedIn optimization, if you don't have a skill, what do you want to optimize? Do you understand? So I think the answer is yes. So you have to have a skill, but you cannot just open it unless you just want to open a LinkedIn account. So that you can also add it to your collection and say, oh, I have a LinkedIn account. Well, it's fine. But if you want to actually for LinkedIn optimization and job search, you need a skill. Whatsoever I have a skill, you need a skill, please. It's very, very important.
Sir, for that answer, that's true. I love the way you kind of brought the answer in two ways. If you want to optimize LinkedIn, like you want to make money, right? Get jobs, right? You need a skill. And when we talk about skill, let me just break this thing down quickly. And that's why we're having sessions like this. A skill does not have to be like a coding, one tough technical skill. A skill could be as small as writing. That's a skill. It could be as small as editing, document editing. That's a skill. The major point is how do you package yourself on LinkedIn and showcase yourself that this is what you do. And like you said, to properly optimize LinkedIn, you need a skill. Have something that you can do. And oftentimes, which is true, and this is like a biblical principle as well. The woman that the prophet met, I said, "What do you have in your house?" Right? And she said, "Oh, I have this little small oil." And he said, "Go and take that oil." Oftentimes, majority of us, we have something that we can sell. It's just that we don't pay attention to those things, number one. Number two, you compare those things with other people that, for example, now, Coach Emmanuel has said that he's working with like 2 companies. You are just starting, you now feel like, I don't have skill like Coach Emmanuel. But it's not true. It was because he harnessed his own skill, right? He started pushing it out. And now you could say that he's working with 2 companies, right? But you feel like, because of this small skill that I have, you cannot do anything. They lie you. If you take your skill serious, right, and you build your competency around it and build your personal brand on LinkedIn like we're talking about, you will also be sharing the story like, I'm making money, I'm doing this and that, right? So it's not like you don't have skills, it's just that you are not paying attention to it and you are not building it, you're not giving competency to it. I told some people recently, which I used to round up soon. So people were saying AI will take design from your hand. I was just laughing that you don't know that's your same design. You will, with AI coming on board, it will help you to make more money with your skill. That's sincere. Most of the company I'm currently working with as well, because I have series of company I'm working with remotely. I'm actually using AI to do majority, about 70% of the designs, right? In fact, when I was somebody about my job, I was like, they know that I'm using AI. I said, yes, they know that. So you have a skill, you have something, and if you don't have any, that's why we are also talk about skills. Learn, just find one and learn it and build it over time. And over time, that might not be maybe 3 months, 4 months, 1 year. So people will not just start today and a few times they'll start getting right, and some will take some time, right? But the major point is build your competence and what to do. I don't know if we have any other question, any other person. Let me check the WhatsApp group. Let me see. Okay. I think there is no question on the group. Let me just give them a minute. Q&A. So if there's no questions, we're going to jump the curtain here. And once again, I want to thank you, Coach Emmanuel. Thank you so much for coming on the call. Thank you for sharing with us.
Sorry. Please, I have a question. I'm sorry, right. I was busy, so I just have to turn my app. I can't type because I was busy with one or two things, but I made sure I was listening to the whole audio and all. So I have a question about giving breakdown on what you do on your LinkedIn profile. For instance, me, I'm a video editor, quite all right. I've been doing that for a very, very long time. And so I also have interest in doing this USI and what's it called? Something. So the mixture of the both. So I'm asking now, you as an employer that want to employ somebody, this guy is an editor and is also a USI guy. Like the two, the correlation. So what do you think of the correlation between the USI and the video editor? What do you think of the correlation? So that's my question. Thank you.
So if I get you right, you're asking that what's the someone I want to employ. So what is the correlation between a UI UX design? Is it that what you mentioned?
No, I'm not asking what is the correlation. I'm asking, for instance, you're an employer, right? Okay. Then I'm telling you, I work as a USI. You want to employ me as a USI, your employee, and you also know I'm a video editor. So like, what do you think if you are walking up to me, to give me a job? Like, what would you be thinking? Like, what do you have? Like, what would be your mindset if you are to give me a job?
Okay. All
Yes.
right, okay. So I get it. So, but you mentioned UX side. That's like UI UX design. Is that what you are trying to say? That's what I want to confirm.
Yeah, yes, I think that's what
Okay.
you.
Yeah, because I
Before you
didn't
start,
hear that.
before you give an
Yeah.
answer, I want to like add to that because I think he's trying to also say that on your LinkedIn, trying to combine your video editing
Yes.
and you are trying to combine UI UX into your LinkedIn profile. So you that
Because the
I
other
want to
time
ask,
he
how
was
do
trying to
you?
explain that you can't be a plumber, you can't be a bricklayer, and you are doing this, you are doing
Yeah.
that. So I'm trying to know. So him as an employer, what would you think of a video editor
Okay.
and a UI USI guy?
Okay. All right. Okay. I think as an employer, they can work in hand because as a UI UX design, if you are going to also be needing a service of a video editor, they can work in hand actually. Majorly, what the video editor does is like video ports, video editing for products, right? And if I UI UX design, I tell you, is also an advantage in the sense that you can work in a company whereby you are both the one designing their products and you're the one what doing the video editing. One. So, but and I'm going to let me put a balance to what I also said is that you cannot. So I think how I'm going to phrase this that you shouldn't compare or you shouldn't combine um a skills whereby I don't want to put this now. A skills whereby yes you are not sure of. Yes, like now, like a video editing and a UI UX can work hand in hand. There are some skills they work hand in hand. I'm a UI UX designer. Like I said, that's why I told you framer developer. They work hand in hand because a customer is looking for someone to design in Figma. I can shoot tell to the client, to the employer, that I'm also a framer developer. Oh, probably he's saying that, oh, I want you to design this website and I want to give my developer. And I tell you, oh, have you tried Framer? I can do that. I can bring all this your whole design from start to finish and also making sure that it looks perfect. Do you understand? So, but also UI UX design and the video editing, it works hand in hand, depending on the kind of also industry. Because now, if I ask you a question, like if I'm someone that probably I need a video editing for probably model, like maybe you want to be doing video editing for model, like people that like all these model kind of that. I don't think I need a UI UX design service. If I don't think I need, because what I'm looking for is what is a editor. Do you understand? So, but like I said, they can work hand in hand. A UI designer can also you can also have a advantage whereby you can be a video editor in a company where you are the one doing their video editing. Like now, if a UI UX if there's a job opening for a video editor in let me imagine now, probably in Nike, or probably no, let me don't use Nike. Probably let me just use a company that is coming up now. Let me just say any company, or probably okay, let me just use something like maybe Chowdeck. Yeah. Yeah, they need a video editor like for their product or something like that. You can also say you are UI UX design because you can also bring a more feel to their interview, even though they may have UI UX designer in their company, but they can still add because that kind of company they're going to have about at least three. So you can still add to it. So, but where skills are what are contradicting each other, like I said, you can like now if you're a UI UX designer, I'm not expecting that you are a I'm not expecting that you should add to that I'm a data analyst. No, it cannot work. It cannot work. It cannot work. If UI UX and video editing can still work, what are you doing? You can still even do a video editing of the design you are doing. Do you understand? But a UI UX and a data analysis cannot work. So yes, I think what I'll just put a balance is that there are some skills that are complementary. There are some that are not complementary. Please, yeah, for your skills that are complementary, and thank you for that question. Some skills that are complementary, you can add them together. Like you can add a what? You can add a assistant, a executive assistant with project manager. They make sense. They are complementary. They are even work hand in hand because a project manager is also an what can be an executive assistant, can be an EA. So that is it.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir. My mic was muted. Coach Emmanuel has actually answered that question rightly, and some skills are complementary. You could add them, and some are. I think just to add to it, it's good to have primary skill that you like are your major that you talk about more. Then you could have secondary skills that you might not talk about them much, but you know them. So, for example, let me just share my example while we round up. I oftentimes I talk about visual design, like I'm a visual designer, and but sometimes I could just get like a design job, but that design job will lead to development job, right? And sometimes it could even lead to marketing jobs, right? So, but where do I get the person from? I get them from design. So I could now tell them, oh, this design, and this is it. I can talk about complementary skills. There are some skills that you know you are the service provider, you know that these skills are linked up. And this is how we get more jobs or get even high paying clients. I'm just trying to drop this tip. So you can get a client that say, I want to do graphic design. But you know that after this graphic design, this thing can add up that will make this thing much good. Okay, for instance, let me just give a practical example. A client wants to do website, you can do website, you not do website for the person. But you saw that this person will be needing social media management. You could just tell them, after website, you need a social presence. After that, you could tell the person, yes, you also need maybe like a marketing or promotion. You send them ads promotion. Are you seeing? So there are some skills that you could complement each other and you could um, use them. So build on your primary, then secondary could come in along the line. Yeah, we've spent an amazing time today. It's over 1 hour now. I really enjoyed the session. I believe that you also do. Everybody are joining tonight. I believe that you learned one or two things as regards LinkedIn uh, optimization and a few other things there, right? And once again, I'm so thankful to have Coach Emmanuel on this topic today. I believe everybody has learned one or two. If you've learned one or two things, can you just please unmute your mic and just thank you? Just say thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. I've done my own thank you. So if you can speak, if you just tell me
Thank you, sir.
yeah.
Thank
Thank
you
you so
for
much,
having
sir.
me. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing with us.
Yeah, I think
So we've come to the end of
I prefer if this is probably a physical thing because I'm not the kind of person that
yeah.
really that's really I'm just getting probably maybe one of my skills I need to sharpen is speaking, public speaking or
Yeah.
speaking. I'm not a speaker. I'm seriously. If
In fact,
it's
we are planning one.
church,
We are planning one soon.
all
We are
right.
planning one soon. Yeah, don't worry, I'll share details with you soon. So yeah, we'll be having maybe at the end of this session, we'll have a fiscal one, right? In Ogbomoso here. That's one of the plan, right? So, but we'll get to share more about it. So the class continues next week. It's a weekly class that is to bring in speakers weekly. So the class continues next week. More details will be shared on the group and the community as well. Please, if you have friends, you have colleagues that you know that they could learn one or two things, please kindly help invite them as well. Also, the classes for today will be previous classes are also on YouTube. This class will be on YouTube as of tomorrow. So the link and details will be shared once it's on YouTube. We are trying to reach 500 subscribers on YouTube. So I want to beg everybody, please try and subscribe on YouTube. Just search for The Profitable Place on YouTube. Try and subscribe. We have a lot of things that we are planning by the help of God in The Profitable Place. And you are going to be really enjoy a lot of things that are coming up very soon. So, but please help us subscribe, share with your friends, let them also subscribe, and let's all learn and profit together with the help of God. So, on this note, I would like to say call it a day. Thank you to our coach. Thank you to everybody that joined the core class today. Thank you. Do have a great weekend, and we look forward to seeing you in another class. Thank you so much, Coach Emmanuel, once again. Bye for now, everybody.